So now you have a hand-threaded needle with the knot at the end. Now that you have that, you got to get a scrap piece of fabric. Okay, so my fabric's just white, but if yours was something with a pattern on it and you were really stitching and not just practicing, you would start from the wrong side of the fabric and go through to the right side of the fabric. So your knot will be on the wrong side. For practice purposes, it doesn't matter, but just know that for the future. So you're going to take your thread or your needle and you're going to poke it through your fabric and you're going to pull it all the way until your knot is on that side of it and you have your needle coming out the other side of it. So now we're going to slip on our button, and I'm going to show you on a 2-hole, and then I'll show you what to do with a 4-hole. So with the 2-hole, you're going to make sure that the button is facing the right side up. So these practice buttons, you can't really tell, but mine has like a groove on the top, so that's how I know it's the top. I go from the behind the button, and I push it through one of the holes, and I have it laying on my fabric just like that. So I'm going to kind of tilt this so you can see what I'm doing here. So now, once I have that coming out, now all I do is take my needle and I push it through the second hole that I didn't go through yet, and I push it all the way to the back and pull. The important part is always pulling all the way through so it's nice and tight. So once you pull it all the way through, you're coming out of the back. There's only one thread right now going from one hole to the other, and now I'm coming out of the back. So you want to make sure from here you're not wrapping around and going through the front of the button again, because you're going to have this thread coming across. You don't want that. So in order to get the next, because you have to do this 5 times, getting it going through the 2 holes, you have to do it 5 times. So we want to go from the back, and it's going to be the next spot you go is through the other hole that you're not coming out of right now, the other one, which is where your knot is. You're going to push it directly from the back to the front and pull all the way. And then you're going to do it again. You're going to go through the second hole, push all the way to the back, and pull all the way through. And you're just going to keep doing that. And the important part is pulling it tight, because if you don't do it tight enough, the button will slide around and it won't be where it's supposed to be. So this is my 3rd time. Same process over and over. This is my 4th time. And my 5th time. And when you're done, and this is my 5th time, I'm poking it from the front to the back, and I always want to end up in the back. Okay? So now that I'm ending up in the back, we've sewn the button on, which is good. Now we just have to end it. So on a machine stitch, you back stitch. On this, you actually have to make a knot. So I'm going to show you how to make a knot the best I can. You're going to get a little sliver of fabric that's really close to the area that's the needle's coming out of right now. So this spot right here, I'm going to grab as small of a sliver as I can. It's just like a little fiber of the fabric, and I'll show you what I grab. So I just grabbed a little bit of that fabric, and my needle's stuck in it right now. And I'm going to pull my needle, but I'm not going to pull it all the way. I'm going to pull it until I have this like ring, this lasso of a thread. And now that I have this circle of a thread, I'm going to spin it around and put my needle through the circle. So I'm just going to simply poke my needle through the circle that I made, and now I pull it all the way through. And you pull it tight, and that makes like a small knot. Now you're going to want to do that 3 times in the same spot, so I'll do it again. I'm going to grab a little sliver of fabric really close to where you're coming out of. I'm going to pull it, not all the way, but until I've got this circle of thread. So you can see my circle of thread. I'm going to go through the circle, so I just simply poke it through the circle and then pull. And that's my 2nd time, and I'll do it one more time. Once you have it done 3 times, you're going to simply cut off your thread, cut it pretty close to the where the needle's coming out of, or where the thread's coming out of. You can just cut it right here, and then I would have on the back side my perfectly sewn button. And then if you were going to do it on a 4-hole button, I just want to, I'm not going to show you, but I'll tell you how to do it. What you would do is you would do the 2 holes 5 times. And then once you want to go to the other holes to do those 5 times, you would transfer over in the back. So you do the holes 5 times, you're in the back with the needle, you switch to another hole through the back side. You don't want to see it on the front side, so you'll transfer over on the back side, and then you keep going. You have an option here. You can do the holes this way, so you could do them 5 times this way, transfer over in the back, and then do these 5 times. Or you could do it crisscross, so you could do these diagonal ones 5 times, and then switch over in the back, and then go these 5 times. It's up to you. So try out both.